Not sure whether that video is showing. We're going to take the diff out now. We use these little chops just to chop the diff up while you're working on it, save pressure on the nuts. Okay, we've got it ready. Now we're going to try and slip it out, if it will. So here it comes, as easy as that. And that's what you can do with the diff that's correctly adjusted. Put it back in again, and back out again. Heavy little trick. Get me out, you bastard. There we go. And that's got a, what do you call it? Brace plate on it as well. Oh, frig, this is heavy. So there you go. No harm, not a harm, get the diff out. And I've disconnected everything and dropped the diff out in an hour and 20 minutes. In the previous video, you might have heard a comment about having your diff adjusted so it can be removed and replaced in the elan chassis without too much drama. If you look here very closely, around this area here, on the mount bolt, I've chamfered off some metal here on the plate. Because as you roll the diff out of the chassis, this is the end that gives you the grip. And I've even instigated a couple of little indents in the chassis, the top chassis rail. Yeah, someone might think it's a bit brutal, but you need a little bit of clearance, only a millimetre or so, as you roll the diff. Now, another thing, just take that off. Another thing which I found is very handy is underneath the diff. Grind away part of the bottom of the diff casing here. Again, only about a millimetre or so, doesn't need much. And also, it's got paint on it now, but here, this normally has quite a build-up here, and it's actually a mounting lug like these here that are used during the manufacture. But you're never ever going to use that again, so I'd grind all those off. It's only solid cast iron, not going to hurt anything. And that, again, allows the relief on the front of the diff, which actually hits the tray as you're rolling the diff out. Now, you saw how easy it was for this diff to go in and out. I put it in and out a couple of times, and that's the simplicity of it. There's no need to struggle, curse, cuss, and wonder why your diff's not coming out. It's just a matter of removing a little bit of metal where required, and it just falls out of the chassis. It's as easy as. Just like to show you something here with the diff. With the elan diffs, a lot of guys just have an angle plate as a diff brace on top of the diff. Now this one here is a fully integrated diff brace, as you can see. It's just made out of sheet metal, and it's connected to the bolts on the top of the banjo here. And it's I've just taken up all the nuts, so it's easy to slip on and off. There, just the old standard old alloy housing and diff casing. So it's quite simple in its makeup, and it just involves welding around here, down around here, and around here. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4 bits of sheet metal. Costs you less than $10. You make the templates out of cardboard and set them all up, make sure they fit on properly, weld all the holes in the right place, and Bob's your uncle. All done. Simple as, and a really, really strong diff brace. Far better than what you normally offered. And the beauty of this is, as you saw in your previous video, when you remove the diff from the car, it all stays there. You don't have to fiddle around lining up holes, and it's simple. In, out, easy, no drama. We're about to remove the output shafts from the diff, but before we do that, we've got to pull a range we're going to connect onto here. But before we do any of that, got to apply a little bit of heat to the housings here, just just to expand them, puff length of a thou, just to, so you know when you pull them you're not pulling any metal out of the inside surface there. Yeah. Just a little bit of heat around here. You're not going to hurt anything. You're just waving the torch around. Bit of smoke coming off there, just a bit of residual oil sitting there. Won't do the other side because they're not ready to do that yet. A bit more there. Yeah, warm enough. Okay, we'll show you the little puller. Very simple. Some of you might think it's a bit bush mechanic, but it works. So what we have here is a plate. It's drilled for the older style output shaft, and a couple of holes there to go onto the CV output shaft. And we've got a plate that goes on the end here. And this is actually an all-thread bar out of a spring compressor that you'd use on a normal sedan. And sorry, we didn't put the weight on there. Big heavy weight, just to act as the impact driver. Okay, now we've got it all attached there, and we'll just gently prise it out. I'd rather have someone else here hold the diff for me, but I think she'll come. Well, there we go. All out. Simple as that. Very easy, no effort, and no damage.